In the Blending Several Textures with Vertex Alpha guide, we went over the basics, so this guide will go into less detail. If you are on version 2021 or above, for GTA materials to work, set to Max Legacy and restart 3ds Max. I'll create a quick road using splines and the sweep modifier. If for some reason you aren't getting the expected results, select your spline and click 3, and then rotate in any axis by 90-degree increments until you achieve the correct result. I have already created the path for the road, but an easy way is to just create a line and click and hold LMB to add curves to the road. If you would like a copy of my path, you can download it in the video description. Add Sweep modifier to the path spline and choose the section spline as target. In the section, set the inner segments as ID 1 and the rest to ID 2. In Sweep modifier, turn off banking and turn on Generate Mapping. Create a multi-sub object material and drag your road and dirt textures into the slots. Change the diffuse colors to white. Apply to model. You can get the exact length and width of your UVs by disabling all modifiers in the path and the section splines, and then using the measure function to get the length of the path and the width of the section. The reason you are not taking the length of the section is that the section is not straight due to the dirt ramps on the sides, which add some length to the section. It is therefore the object width that we are interested in. Add a UVW Xform modifier and tweak your UVs. U is for width and V is for length in this mesh. But for this video, I am inserting length into U and width into V, and setting the rotation to 90 degrees. Add another and set U and V to 0.1. Select the left side of the road, and add another UVW Xform set to flip in, V. Create a clone for the Vertex Alpha blend. Hide the top UVW Xform modifier. Delete the center edge loop with CTRL delete. Ring select the center edges and connect two new edges with a pinch value of 80. Select the thin poly strip and the adjacent dirt strip. Ctrl-I and delete. Set face material IDs to 2. Select the edge loop in the center and extrude by a value of 0.01 and drag the bottom slider all the way up. This way you're creating some space between the alpha blend and the base ground to prevent Z-fighting. The reason you're not just extruding the pavement strip is that it would have a visible seam. Weld vertices to remove doubles. Paint the outside vertices black in channel 9. In the base model, remove the center edge loop with Ctrl-Delete. Ring select the center edges and connect two new edges with a pinch value of 80, and then connect one new edge to get the center loop back. Select the left side of the road and move the top UVW X-form modifier back to the top of the modifier stack. The two new edges will be important to get the same prelight on our base model and the vertex alpha blend. If we didn't add those two new edges, then we would get vastly different lighting on the road. The center edge loop improves our UV mapping drastically. Because this model has fairly dense topology, it would be a shame to not add some cool lighting to the model. Set viewport to use scene lights. Create an omni-light and use the spacing tool. I like having 70 to 90 meters between each light, so 11 lights is fine for me. Make sure it's set to instanced. Add the lights to a group so that you can easily move all at once and move them up a bit. Tweak the far attenuation of the lights until there's only some subtle shadows between each light. As we cannot use light flag, the lighting we're seeing in 3ds Max is nearly identical to that shown in-game. I'd like a subtle golden-orange tint to my lights. Apply the paint to vertex illumination, which is our night colors. If it's not applying vertex paint to all faces, simply press 2 and Ctrl-A and reapply. Apply on the vertex alpha mesh as well. Delete all scene lights and bake scene shading to vertex colors for your daylight. Add a vertex paint modifier to both meshes, set to white color. Apply change mode to overlay and a strength of 50. In the video, I forgot to transfer data into the vertex alpha channel, but here is how to do it. This is necessary for the blend effect to show during both day and night. Export both without light flag and with vertex prelights and extra vertex colors. Vertex alpha cannot render with light flag, which is the setting that adds skylighting and some exposure to models. Export the base road collision. You could add some collision lighting to the collision if desired, but you'll get a guide on that another day. With MTA, you can reuse the base road collision for the alpha blend as well, but if you are modding single player, you will instead need to create a separate collision for the alpha blend. To do so, import your collision into Steve M's collision editor and click Create LOD. Delete the original collision and save as collision. As alpha blend is only an overlay, it won't need its own collisions but only collision bounding box and sphere,